Hello everyone, this is Brett and thank you for tuning in. Today's video is going to be my picks or interesting titles from Record Store Day 2024 list. If you are new to my channel and are just stopping by, please consider subscribing. I cover all genres here with a special emphasis on 80s and 90s alternative, post-punk, new wave, synth pop, shoegaze, Britpop, artist rankings, vinyl and CD finds, best of lists, etc. So Record Store Day 2024, in my opinion, this is an excellent list this year. If you're new to Record Store Day, it happens every April with a Black Friday version at the end of the year, where it's been going on since about 2008, where artists and labels release what are known as exclusive pressings to independent record stores. And yeah, let's kick this off. I'm going to be mentioning prices. I pulled these from the Zia Records site. Zia is a chain in the Phoenix, Tucson, Las Vegas area. And then at the very end, I'm going to also mention some picks from the UK lists that aren't on the US list that are definitely items of note. So let's kick things off with David Bowie, Waiting in the Sky Before the Starman Came to Earth. This is an RSD exclusive, 8,000 copies in the US on black vinyl, $24.99 according to the Zia site. So I've been enjoying these reimagined David Bowie albums since they released the Space Oddity one a few years back. The Metropolis, which was a reimagined version of The Man Who Sold the World, or an early version of it. A Divine Symmetry came out last year, which was a reimagined version of the Hunky Dory album from '71, and now in chronological order, we're getting the reimagined version of Ziggy Stardust. Taken from the quarter-inch tapes that were dated December 15th, 1971, which was an early version of what the anticipated track listing was going to be for the Ziggy Stardust album. So at that point, songs like Starman and I think three others hadn't been even recorded yet. So this encapsulates that original track running. So you have Chuck Berry cover Round and Round, which ended up being a B-side to the Drive-In Saturday single from Aladdin Sane. But none of the four songs that are swapped into this new release are new to me. They've been around for decades. And Round was collected on this Sound and Vision Ryko compilation back in 1980. I think this came out. Also included is Bowie's version of the Jacques Brel song Amsterdam, which would later appear as the B-side to the Sorrow single from 1973's Pinups. That was also tacked on as a bonus track to the old Ryko version of Pinups. Side 2 has one of my absolute favorite David Bowie songs, Holy Holy, as well as Velvet Goldmine. Velvet Goldmine was also released as a bonus track on the Ziggy Stardust Ryko version back then. So what's not on it? Starman, Rock and Roll Suicide, It's Not Easy, and Suffragette City. So we're getting those four songs instead. I'm really looking forward to this. Oftentimes the mixes are slightly different, so you hear little nuances. I love it. I totally, excited for this one. All right, next up is Electra Fixion, Burned. So this is going to be an RSD exclusive, limited to 2,000 on black and white swirl, $24.99. First time ever on vinyl. If you're wondering what is this, this is the one and only album that reunited Ian McCulloch and Will Sargent after Ian left Echo and the Bunnymen back in 1987 after the self-titled album, which brought us Lips Like Sugar. So they reunited after 7 years and put this album out, and then after that they got back together as Echo and the Bunnymen. So really looking forward to that. Next up, the Mighty Lemon Drops, Ricochet, the Wolverhampton UK band we are a fan of over here. This is an RSD exclusive, limited to 1,100, put out by Real Gone Music on tan vinyl, $34.99. Originally released in 1992, this was their final album, and if I didn't mention it already, first time on vinyl. Next up is Nico at the Live-In, or at the Live-In, Tokyo 86. RSD exclusive, limited to 2,000 on crystal clear green vinyl, $29.99. You can see one of the ones from the past Record Store days. I've been scooping these up these live albums. This particular one was recorded just 2 years before Nico's passing, newly mastered, never been on vinyl before. Yeah, and they always come with this OB strip on them, and I've been enjoying this series. Next up, the Sisters of Mercy, Body and Soul / Walk Away. RSD exclusive, 3500 Blue Galaxy, $24.99. You can see Body and Soul behind me, but I'm going to be on the lookout for this one because it packages together not only Body and Soul, but the Walk Away EP, which came out in 1985. I've been grabbing these Sisters RSD releases as well because they've been doing a really fantastic job. They're always on cool colors. They sound great, and it's excellent to get these back into circulation so new generations can go into the store and buy new Sisters of Mercy albums or EPs. Of things that haven't been in print in like 40 years. Next up, Dolores O'Riordan's Are You Listening? This is an RSD limited regional run, so only limited to 600 in the US, so I'm not sure how hard this is going to be to get. White vinyl, 2 records, $33.99. This is the first time ever on vinyl for Dolores's 2007 debut album. Dolores was the singer of the Cranberries, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Speaking of the Cranberries, we're also getting Bury the Hatchet, the complete session. So this is an RSD first. If I haven't mentioned yet what RSD first means, I've been saying exclusive so far. So RSD, those are going to be exclusive to this day. If stores have leftover copies, you'll be able to, hopefully find something that maybe you weren't able to get. But RSD first means that it could very well get a possible reissue afterwards, whether it's a different color or a different edition or whatever. So RSD first. If you missed it, chances are you'll be able to grab it at a later date. So Bury the Hatchet, the complete sessions. That was their 1999 album, their 4th one. And the complete session tacks on 5 bonus tracks to the original album's running order. So I'm looking forward to having those first 5 Cranberries albums now on vinyl. This has been a super hard to find one, and I don't think it's ever been reissued on vinyl since its original UK run. Next up, Fields of the Nephilim, Burning the Fields, another RSD first, limited to 900, transparent red, 2 record set, $39.99. Fields of the Nephilim, UK goth rock band. Their debut EP, Burning the Fields, together with the Returning to Gehenna EP. Neither have been in print for 20 years on vinyl. Remastered, includes a bonus disc of remixes, demos, and a reunion demo from 1997. That they ended up ditching, also remastered. Oh, next up, this was an exciting one. Vince Guaraldi, It Was a Short Summer, Charlie Brown. I love the Charlie Brown TV shows and grew up with them, and the Vince Guaraldi soundtracks to them are just fabulous. The Christmas one is an all-time favorite. So this is going to be an RSD first, limited to 1200 on Camp Green vinyl, $29.99. First time ever release of this recently rediscovered tapes. The soundtrack to It Was a Short Summer from Charlie Brown. It was a short summer, Charlie Brown. It was the 6th animated Peanuts special, which originally aired on September 27th, 1969 on CBS. Pressed on Camp Green vinyl, includes a 4-page insert, liner notes that give a track-by-track analysis. Also has images from the TV special and images of historical documents from the found tapes. Next up is Leve, A Night at the Symphony, another RSD first, limited to 4,200. 2 records, $29.99. So Leve are spelled Laufey, if you've seen that name. An Icelandic singer, multi-instrumentalist, singer, guitarist, plays in kind of like a jazzy bossa nova style. Amazing voice. We recently saw her, I think she was playing cello at the Grammys along with Billy Joel maybe. There's someone, and I was like, there's Leve on stage, just unannounced, just playing cello. So this is her recorded in Reykjavik with the Iceland Symphony Orchestra. It features renditions of tracks from her first album, as well as the Typical of Me EP, and some reworkings of a couple jazz standards. If you're unfamiliar with her, check her out. I really, really like her stuff. Some of my students have turned me on to her music. Next up is Parliament Osmium, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. RSD exclusive, limited to 3,000, green vinyl, 2 records put out by Demon Music, $41.99. This was the first album ever released by George Clinton in Parliament. Deluxe edition includes rare and sought after bonus material, B-sides, which have never been released before on vinyl. Really looking forward to that one. Next, no matter how many times I look over that list, I don't know if things get added later or my eyes gloss over them, but Sarah saw this one last night, and I was like, wow, I just must have just totally spaced right over this one. Sparks' #1 song in heaven with Noel's Is There More to Life Than Dancing. So this is like a split, not a 12-inch single. These are 2 full albums, came out back in 1979, 45th anniversary. RSD exclusive, limited to 1,500, $35.99. Sparks' song #1 song in heaven is just an all-time favorite. That album was produced by Giorgio Moroder. The Noel album was written, produced, recorded by the Mail Brothers from Sparks in the same year. So it's interesting listening to the sound of these electronic albums, because you can totally hear the influence. Like, I was listening to some of the tracks last night, and you immediately hear the influence that it had on, like, specifically like New Order. Like when I think of Everything Gone Green or Temptation, those early New Order singles after Joy Division, and you can really hear the influence on this. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And speaking of like looking over things on the list, like, did you guys know that there was a Joe Pesci release this year? I saw that last night too, and I was like, how did I not see that? Joe Pesci doing some Beatles and Bee Gees covers. Didn't even know he released music. And then my last pick from the U.S. list is Bebel Gilberto's Tudo. This is another limited run, regional, limited to 500 or 1,000 worldwide, put out by Music on Vinyl, who always do really nice releases. White marble vinyl, $37.99. This album originally came out back in 2014, but this is the first time ever on vinyl. Bebel Gilberto is a Brazilian singer, daughter of João Gilberto, and this includes songs written by her father, also by Antonius Carlos Jobim, Neil Young, and more. So really looking forward to this one, really high on Sarah's list. Now I want to mention a couple other things too that were on this list that are RSD first that I found interesting, but I'm going to hold off on most likely. Malfunction, Olympus Waits. Malfunctions was the early band of Andrew Wood, who later went on to form Mother Love Bone. Also OMD's Junk Culture, Demos and Rarities. The 40th anniversary of the 5th album from OMD. This is an expanded 2-record set that includes all demos, rarities, remixes. It's going to be limited to 3,500 copies, blue and purple vinyl. And then the other one, they're doing an RSD exclusive for the Lost in Translation soundtrack. Limited to 5,000 copies, which includes a bonus LP with music that was in the movie but not on the soundtrack. So that's kind of cool, but I'm probably going to hold off on that one. The original album, the original soundtrack is still in print, but if you want it for that bonus record, that is available as well. All right, so a couple other things from the UK list. The first one that I saw that I was like, whoa, is the Peter Murphy. Peter Live Volume 1 covers Peter Murphy, the former singer of Bauhaus. If you missed the Bauhaus ranking video that we did, you can find that on the channel, or I'll leave a link to it. So Peter Murphy's started a label called Silver Shade, and this is his first release on the label. Previously unreleased live versions of songs, cover songs that he did by Iggy Pop, Joy Division, Elvis, Magazine, Bowie, Nine Inch Nails, Prince, Pere Ubu, etc. It's going to be on gold vinyl. So yeah, on the UK list, another one, the Durutti Column releasing the 1989 album titled Vinnie Riley. That one was produced by Stephen Street. Also, The Outsiders, Calling on Youth 1 to Infinity, demos and early songs. Outsiders from Adrian Borland, who went on to form The Sound. This was his first band, The Outsiders. Also have Susie with Morrissey. The Interlude 12-inch single is getting a 30th anniversary reissue, put out on Parlophone on gold vinyl. And then lastly, Sinead O'Connor, You Made Me the Thief of Your Heart, 12-inch single. Usually I don't grab 12-inch singles unless there's something very hard to find and really cool. And You Made Me the Thief of Your Heart, which was a 12-inch single, came out 30 years ago, included on the In the Name of the Father movie soundtrack. Co-written with Bono and Gavin Friday from the Virgin Prunes. And then the amazing song, by the way. And the B-side, The Father and His Wife, The Spirit, is performed by Sinead along with Gavin Friday. Whew. Okay, there you have it. Lots of great stuff on the list this year. So let me know what you guys are going to be out on the hunt for on Record Store Day. And I'm looking forward to making a video back after April 20th to show what I ended up taking home. Thanks for watching. Bye.